on this episode of Bot versus Con.
But I'm just really happy that they're back, and stay tuned for more. This was the first teaser. See my daughter and me fighting over this. I'm there on day one. And please don't make these just 5-minute episodes.
I'll have one in combined mode and one in the individual robot mode, whichever one's better. I'm probably going to pick this up just because it's a Decepticon Fembot that has spider-like.
And then when the pre-orders went up, I forgot about them. And I think I went on at like 3:30 or something like that. And I did see that this was sold out. I think this looks very good as an excavator as well. Yes.
Even at like the $280
price. Don't say it. I'm not meaning that as a dig. I'm just saying it looks like, okay.
Just to stop while you're ahead.
I didn't pre-order it. I'm looking for it in the wild.
This is Bot versus Con. Make sure to subscribe and consider becoming a member.
Welcome back, Bot vs. Con fans. As always, I'm Bobby the Bot.
And I'm James the Con. And this is Bot vs. Con, where your voice is heard.
And we're back with the first part of the week's news. But before we jump into that, let's say what's up to our official sponsor, The Chosen Prime, where you can find many of the figures we're going to be talking about. Some exciting news from a post-con today. So maybe those are up. Also want to say thank you to our members. Really do appreciate it. Apologize for the late notice last weekend, but it was great hanging out with everyone who showed up. And before we get into the news, let's go ahead and welcome our newest members. We have Ian, who's a mini bot. We have the Elder Brave, who's a prime, and we have Joey Moore, who's a Titan. So really appreciate you jumping on board. It's much appreciated. And we look forward to, having some further conversations with you. It's not too late to become a member. And with that, let's go ahead and jump into the news. Also want to say thank you to our subscribers and really do appreciate you all. I've met a lot of you in the past couple of conventions, so really, really cool. And I think with that, we're ready to hop into the news.
Yes, and I think we're going to start off with something that you know about, and that is NuSupplFX, and they are ramping up to have a little bit of displays available for the summer. So why don't you explain a little bit?
Yeah. So this is really, really cool. So if you were ever interested in any of their displays, they're actually coming back for the summer. Not full force, so you'll have to give them a little bit of time, but they are taking orders. They're going to come back with displays, which is really, really cool. I actually have this display. They're actually going to do a repaint as well of this, which is going to be really, really cool. And there's something else coming that's another DTOF display. There's a couple of rumors floating around. It might be from a TV show, might be from a comic, it may be from a movie, we'll have to see, but it's really, really cool. It's a nice looking throne. I have seen some sneak peeks, but we'll have to wait and see. I think I may be in for it if I can find space in one of my DTOFs, but I'm just really happy that they're back, and stay tuned for more. This was the first teaser.
Yep, stay tuned. We'll be updating you when we get it in. Next up, New Jersey Comic Con is the August 9th and 10th. So it's going to be, the theme is G.I. Joe versus Transformers, and Trypticon is a door prize.
Yeah, I think you meant Collector's Con, but that's okay.
Collector's Con?
Yes.
Yes, you are correct. CC Comic Con, that's just what I think of. Yeah.
It's really funny that this is happening. Coming off of a BotCon and a Joe Fest, and within a week of each other, I will not be going. Would like to go. It is a one-day only show.
Well, it has to be 2 days, August 8th, 9th, and 10th.
So why does it say one-day show on there? Huh? It's kind of...
Oh, that is kind of... I'm confused. Maybe like the 9th is like the Friday before TFCon, and then the 10th is the actual show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe like the VIPs or premium or something like that. I don't know. either way, if you're going, let us know. Some cool pictures there. We see some voids, and or I should just say the comics that we're getting now from Transformers and voids. We can see in the background there, but really cool. Never been. I heard it's fun. I bet there'll be a lot of people in the area from the YouTube scene going to be there probably as well.
Yeah, I would definitely be going if it was closer to me. Talk about it even further. Nick Roche is going to be at TF Nation at the same time, which is kind of weird now that I see that. But it's very cool. It looks like he has quite a starred past, and I guess he was in the new Transformers Earth Spark. That's what it was called? Maybe he was a writer on that. I'm not exactly too sure. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully he gets on something else that, we can see more Transformers in media.
Yeah, which, stay tuned. We might be talking about something that I know Bobby's probably alluding to. Next, we have Symbiote Studios Laserbeak. I love this. I think this is so cute. I want it. $25 ain't bad. I don't know if I would be picking it up at TFCon or at Comic Con. This is probably why I got them mixed up. Let me back up. I would be picking this up if I was at Comic Con. Don't know if I'll be ordering it, but it is very tempting. It looks really nice.
It's very cute. I actually really like it myself. We actually talked to them in LA at TFCon and trying to schedule to get them on the show and kind of show off some of the things they're doing. I mean, what they had at TFCon were adorable. This is adorable. I could see my daughter and me fighting over this.
What I really like about it is it's so cute and rounded and fluffy, and then it has this embroidered Decepticon symbol that's all harsh and rigid and evil looking, and I love the contrast between those two.
Yeah. And again, from what we've seen at the show, they had some really nice plushies, and so yeah, my daughter would go nuts over these. I think they're really cool.
After the show, I actually realized I have their Megatron plushie.
I
didn't know that. I just bought it before we even started this channel, and just because I wanted one, and it's actually very good quality, so I'd recommend their work.
Yeah,
so this might go with it. Who knows?
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. Next up, we have this, and you might be saying, why is this coming out before we talk about updates? We'll get to that in a second. But first, we have the Hearts of Steel, Bumblebee, and Megatron. First, I want to know from you, are you picking this up?
No.
Why not?
I think I'm priced out.
Yeah, I see that as well. I think they both look great, especially the Megatron. I just don't like how they have Megatron's gun. He looks like he's holding an actual gun. I wish it was more on the forearm.
Yeah. I
know that's how I think the Toon and the toy originally had it, if I'm not mistaken. Or the toy did and the Toon, one of them did. And it's just not my favorite look for Megatron.
What
you know how he holds it like this? Or
okay. I thought you meant they had a Toon. I thought you meant they had a Toon for Hearts of Steel.
No. I'm just talking about G1 Megs, and this might be alluding to that.
Okay, gotcha.
It's honestly because that's probably just where the pegs ended up, and they just said, screw it, we're going to do it. But I do think both of these look very good. They look better than the Optimus and Starscream for sure.
I agree with you. I think they do look really good. I think the Megatron looks really thin, which is not necessarily a complaint. I don't see like a lot of kibble or things hanging off. Like Bumblebee, he has these big shoulder pads. You can tell those are part of transformation. You can see the flap in the back of his head. You can tell that that's part of transformation. This big burly chest, like all those are transforming pieces. This almost looks like it could be the Megatron looks like it could almost be a non-transforming figure. That's how like clean it looks. So
I agree.
Good job here.
Yeah, he has the wheels on the knees and stuff. And like you did talk about the shoulder pads. He has big shoulder pads, but they look intentional.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
So I do like the set. they're just a little bit too much and a little bit too small for what I would want.
So during the fan stream, they said 2026 will not be Hearts of Steel, but the same 4 characters from a different time period, which I believe we talked about as well. They did hear that people want Hearts of Steel Shockwave a lot, so maybe we'll get it. But this is why we're talking about it now. This is pretty much the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and additional quantities may be available later. I think that is a big thing. They should have bolded it and italicized it, because is this even going to get a retail release? If you get the Optimus and Starscream, are you even going to be picking this up? Who knows? I think that's a little messed up. I honestly feel like they didn't have a exclusive for San Diego Comic-Con, so they just said just throw this in there.
Well, they do have one because they have the Jetfire with the 2 voices.
Oh, they do. I forgot about that. So I guess, they want a second one.
I'm going to take a different take on it. I think they're sales haven't been that great lately. So, if you want it, you're going to have to get it, wink, wink, at San Diego Comic-Con, because there may not be any more else out there. And then, hey, look what we found! This other hidden stash.
Hidden palette.
Of 5 billion figures. No, I mean, either way, I think, if I wanted these and I could make it to San Diego Comic-Con, shout out to the fam, I would pick it up. If I couldn't go, I'd be kind of, and I wanted this, I'd be kind of upset that I couldn't go and hope that I would find it, either at Pulsecon or something.
Yeah, I just don't like the May. The May throws me off because I would be sad if I really wanted these and I couldn't get this. So, or you buy it for double the price on eBay. That would suck too. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully everybody that wants this set can get it. And speaking of the other set, it's available for purchase now. Didn't want to put this at the end, so go pick it up if you want it. I do think they're good-looking figures, just not for me.
Yeah, I think, I agree with you.
So,
a little bit cheaper, I would have probably picked them up as just trying to get the complete set.
Yeah, so we will be right back with some crazy leaks and what's just announced, so stay tuned for that.
Yes.
Moving into the leaks, I think we have something that's going to make you excited, and then something that might make me excited depending on when we see it. First thing is this. I don't know if you saw this, but it's rumored from Bleeding Cool that a Skybound Energon Universe Transformers and G.I. Joe cartoon series is coming. Did you hear about this?
I did not hear about this.
Yeah, so I guess Robert Kirkman's Skybound is bringing Transformers and G.I. Joe together in a new animated series. The show will be based on the comic books, and the announcement is expected at Comic-Con, with the series promising shocking developments. This is a rumor. You didn't hear about this? Okay, well, I thought you would have heard about this.
Please, whoever makes decisions in the world of Transformers, please allow this to happen and not let somebody get in the way of this not happening.
Yeah, I think this would be really cool. Hopefully it is faithful to the comics, because the comics have been very, very good.
Oh, I'm there. I'm there on day one. And please don't make these just 5-minute episodes.
Did say streaming. So whether that's Netflix or YouTube, who knows? But it could be maybe a 2-minute TikTok video.
Please. Get rid of TikTok so we don't get 2-minute videos.
Yeah, no, I hope this is a fully fledged series that, you can actually delve into it. Like X-Men 97.
Yeah.
I know it's not, but it has that type of feel, the retro feel, hopefully. So we'll see. I don't know when Comic-Con is. I think that's coming up soon. So
San Diego Comic-Con is July.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll find out something soon.
Yes. Please. I need this in my life.
Next up, there was a Pulsecon exclusive Commander Armada Nemesis Prime and Vorpal Saber. They found the listing via JT Prime 17 on TFW. And I guess the Saber is actually made up of 3 minicons. And it's unknown if Star Saber will be released. And I got, this is just for reference. This is from Tyranno, and he made a custom. I think I will probably, if it isn't too bad, I'll probably be picking it up.
I thought there would be a little bit more excitement than that.
Oh no! I mean, I already have it in Fans Hobby. So I mean, there's not much. It's like I'll have one in combined mode and one in the individual robot mode, whichever one's better. You know.
Yeah.
So.
No, that makes sense. I did see this custom as well. I think it was like Throwback or something like that. So this is an older custom, but
probably when it came out.
Yeah.
Probably did it, so they're just, hey, look, this is what it could look like. This is way too much paint for Hasbro. Like in the crotch piece and the shins and stuff, but it looks phenomenal.
It does look good. And yeah, I would have to see how it looks. I don't know if I'd be in on it.
Yeah, I mean, again,
for you it makes sense.
What?
For you it would make sense.
If it comes out and it looks horrible or not what I like, I don't need it because I got Fans Hobbies. If it comes out and it looks good, I wouldn't mind picking it up. And I like that the Saber's 3 minicons as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know where the name comes from, Vorpal. Please let me know down in the comments below. Maybe that's the Japanese name of Star Saber. I don't know. But, yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, good. Those are some good leaks so far.
Yeah, exactly. Now let's get into Just Announced, and we have, like Bobby said, there was a fan stream earlier today, so let's get a look at some of the reveals, and we have some gray/red and blue prototypes of TF1 Alpha Trion.
Pick it up if you want it.
Yeah, so they said that they're doing these gray model previews because of the Megatron situation. Because they probably should have shown off Megatron a long time ago. I think the alt mode looks really cool with the spikes and the unicorn horn and stuff. I know this isn't Alpha Trion to you, but I think this was, if I'm not mistaken, Alpha Trion's first alt mode that was unreleased. So is it really the first alt mode from BotCon? And I'm okay with him being a lion. He don't like this bot mode though. I think it would be really cool to have a G1 Alpha Trion turn into a Predaking style lion. I think that would be really cool. But it looks good. It's just not for me.
No, this is definitely not for me. It looks like the movie character, I guess. I don't know necessarily in alt mode, but definitely in bot mode. The head looks accurate. But actually, it doesn't have the crazy leg proportions that the other characters have, with the extremely long legs and the very short torso.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of very long legs and very short torsos, here we have Arachnid. And I don't know if these are Voyagers or Deluxes. I didn't catch that, but
I think this is a Voyager.
I think so too. What do you think about this?
It's interesting. Yeah, I want to see it in color. I don't particularly like the alt mode or the bot mode, but I think this is right up your alley.
Yeah, I'm probably going to pick this up just because it's a Decepticon fembot that has spider-like proportions with this, the arms on the back. I did like her character actually in TF1. That was really cool. I don't think this is the best translation. The arms are very, very bulky, and I feel like those needed to be skinnier. But it is still pretty cool what they were able to do with all the arms. The 4 legs, whatever you want to call it. The legs look very accurate to what we saw in the movie, more or less. She's all around more thick than she was in the movie, from what I remember. We watched this movie, a year ago at this point? A little less than 9 months ago?
Yeah, a year ago.
The alt mode is very Cybertronian, cool, and unique. So I'll probably pick this up. It won't be Arachnid in my collection. I'll give her another name. But, yeah, I think it's cool. And I love the head. I loved her head in that movie. It was very cool.
Yeah, so you'll finally have a TF1 character.
Do I already? Yes. I don't have any of the other ones.
I don't think you have any of those.
I don't think I did either. So, besides the blockies, thank you. Believe it was Sinistar Alpha. They gave us those. No, it was Blue. Thank you, Blue, for giving us those.
Yeah.
Moving on, a little bit of a spoiler, but Bobby wanted to talk about these comics.
I just think it's one, them introducing a new character was really cool. I've already seen some people do some customs to create the new character, which is cool. I won't spoil it, but Shredhead, I think his name is, and then seeing the combiner in the back, it definitely looks like, you know, it's about to go down, and I like that. I really like what I'm seeing here, and it sucks that this is like, I think it was September issue.
Yeah, one's 22 and one's 23.
Yeah, so
yeah. I think these look great as well. I love the dichotomy between the two, and these would make fantastic posters.
Yes, and it also it's interesting to see Bruticus and Devastator standing next to each other.
I've seen some spoilers, and I was thinking the same thing, but we're not going to get into that. So let's keep it moving. And we have Newbee Factory 86 Prime pack, and this is via Leaves Don't Drop. So another one. I don't know if this is a knockoff of Funby Studios or its own design or whatnot, but it looks good.
It does look good. I don't know what that black circle piece is or the gray piece above it. Maybe that's, I don't know.
I don't know either.
If you have any ideas, please let us know in the comments below. I do like that it gave the damage stickers that you can put on the windshield and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's very clean.
It is. This is a good set, it looks like. If you don't have one of the other ones, you can go ahead and pick this up.
Yes, there's lots of options.
Now there is. So we're going to take another break, and we have a ton of updates. So stay with us. We'll be right back, and let's just get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's just start the updates off strong with the Pulse Stream, the Studio Series Pulse Stream, and we're going to talk about Megatron, and here are the official images. I do like this gray a lot better on the legs. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything new to add. It looks good, especially in these photos. I don't like the sword. It looks like, in these pictures, it looks like a crystal wand from Harry Potter or something like that. It does not look like a laser beam sword. I like the finish on it, though. And his little gun is cool.
Right. I'm with you. I think I would have preferred an Energon. Like I said, we said it before, like if it was Blast Effects as the sword, I would have liked that. I definitely agree with you on the legs. It definitely looks better. I actually saw new images with, and it looked like he had blue legs again.
Which we'll talk about right now. So No Trab showed off this with blue legs. Was the gray legs a prototype that we're seeing pictures of, or is this what it's going to look like? I don't know.
Yeah. I did look. I had a call at work, so I couldn't watch the stream live. I think I tried to watch it a little after 12 Eastern time, and then when the pre-orders went up, I forgot about them, and I think I went on at like 3:30 or something like that, and I did see that this was sold out already on Pulsecon, which I figured it would be. So, you know, turn to some of the other retailers out there if you're looking for this, which I think a lot of people would be. I still think the little gun, him holding himself, isn't what I would have expected, but it's a nice addition, nice added addition to the character, and you know, they've made mention to it a lot that there's a reason why he doesn't turn into the pew pew,
yes,
and why he turns into a tank. And at this point, even though I don't like it, I had to get over it you know, where we are in the world today, he's not going to turn into. If he turned into a gun, we wouldn't have it.
Yeah, and some notes are that it's the same Takara designer as the Fallen, which maybe that's where the rumors started, where this one was going to be a remold of it. It does have butterfly joints, but we saw what those are. They're not really butterfly joints, the transformation joints. The tank mode is going to be the standard due to legals. But, I mean, we knew that from a while ago. And the tank is said to be based on an unused prototype from the 80s called the Armor Blaster System.
Yes.
I don't know what that is. That'd be interesting to look up.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of it, but I do remember them saying that on there. So yeah, it looks fine.
Yeah, it looks okay. I do like where the gun is, how it's like the machine gun. I do think that's kind of neat.
Oh, the little
gun. Sorry, yeah, little gun. And here he is with Prime. What do you think of these two together?
Again, I've always thought they were the same size. I know you always thought Megatron would be bigger. They actually mentioned that on the stream as well, that some people like to see Megatron bigger than Prime, so you're not alone in that thinking. I think it looks great everywhere except for his arm cannon. I do wish it could shift down just a little bit. And ever since you pointed out those little, the little bit of waffling on the top of his shoulders,
I forgot about those.
Other than that, it looks really good in bot mode.
Yeah, I agree. I think it does look good, and I think it looks good with the Prime. And the height difference isn't too much,
right?
Where you kind of get both camps a little happy. You know what I mean? But I do think it's weird that Prime has like a Toon. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the image if I zoomed in, but it looks like he has a Toon Autobot symbol, and Megatron has the standard toy Decepticon symbol. They don't really match. I don't know why, but I think both of them do look really good together, and well, I'll wait till AS Toys or MD Toys gets their hands on this, and we get 6 repaints of it.
That's very interesting. I wasn't even thinking about that. I didn't put a pre-order in for this. I do want it, but I didn't put a pre-order in, and maybe I will hold off.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be pretty readily available. So either which way, it looks good.
Yeah. Well, we hope, because I haven't seen the Prime. A lot of people didn't see the Prime in the stores.
Yeah, but you don't have to see it in the stores to order it.
True.
Next, we don't have to spend a lot of time on this. 86 Grimlock's getting a reissue, so I feel really bad for anybody that bought it right before the reissue notice, because you can get it for retail now.
I saw somebody have it on eBay on sale now. They initially wanted $385 for it. Now they want $345 for it.
Well, don't buy that one. Go pick it up if you want it, if you need it though. Even though those backwards facing legs he looks like a chicken. Anyways, we got Studio Series Game Reverse Thundercracker. I think you need to pick this up to try out this mold.
I think you've been smoking. I think this one, I can't remember the Thunder, or excuse me, the Skywarp exactly, but I like the color blend on this. The blue and the black look really good. I mean, it looks good, not really good, but it looks good. The color looks good. The colors do look really good, and there's just enough of the red streaks on the wings to show you that it is Thundercracker. Neither one of us liked the way this bot looked or the alt mode really looked. We thought it should be bigger wings, but I think this one out of the 3, and it might be recency bias, might look the best. I can't remember what the Skywarp looks like.
I think this one does look good too. I think it definitely is better than Starscream, but I'm partial to Skywarp with black and purple, so I would say that one looks the best. But it does look good. At least you're able to finish off the Seekers.
Yes. And maybe they'll give you some cone heads too.
Were those in the game? I don't know.
No,
Let us know if Stoneheads were in the game. I don't know. Speaking of Seekers, we have Starscream from TF1. These pictures, at least bot mode, does not look as good as the Takara pictures.
I like the way the alt mode looks.
I was gonna say the alt mode's very, very cool, very unique and very cool alt mode, but that bot mode. It looks like it transforms very interesting. I think the face is what's throwing me off. Something's off. I'm getting Fans Hobby Metal Hawk vibes from the face.
He just looks like a young Starscream to me.
Maybe. I don't. Maybe it's where I'm seeing it. It looks plastic, which I know it's plastic, but it looks like he has like a layer of plastic over his face compared to the rest of them. And I really don't like this brown gray that they're using on it. I don't remember him looking like that in the movie. I remember him looking like the normal Starscream that we normally see. So,
I think the face looks like he has he has some serious skincare treatment going on right now.
Yeah. And maybe that's what it is. Yeah, he has a mask on.
Yeah, he needs to rinse that off. The alt mode looks like a Star Wars vehicle to me, which I actually like. I like the I like the colors in Starscream, like the blues and the reds, and even that cockpit color looks cool. I'm with you on the tannish, whatever color that is, the neutral color there. I don't really care for it. It looks like what you see G1 figures looking like now when they're
it looks pre-yellowed. Maybe that's they're fighting yellowing by already pre-yellowing the figures.
Yeah.
But I do think this figure looked okay. It does look like it comes together well, and bot mode is just that head that's throwing me off. I don't know.
Yeah.
And they did say more Seekers could happen, but since they all have unique designs, it would take remolding, which they might not be able to do. So, if they do a slipstream, I'll buy it.
I'll say this, and this is where we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. Hasbro may win. There can be a lot of concept TF1 figures that are released. You know,
not even concept. All the Seekers that were in the movie.
Well, I'm talking about
Thundercracker, Acid Storm, Sunstorm, like literally all of them were in the movie, and you could just pump this out. Make a 3-pack of them. You know what I mean? They could milk this mold.
I was talking about just in general, a whole new figure line.
If they really wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, they can just give us all. You know, this figure was going to be in the second movie, but you know we didn't do it because of this.
Here's Jazz that transforms.
Yep, exactly.
You know, here's Ironhide that transforms. You know, that type of thing.
Yep.
If they really wanted to, they could. They probably won't, because they'll probably just make it based off the next live action movie.
If we get one.
It probably will. Anyways, that's another story. Let's keep it moving. And we've got Mixmaster. So he is deluxe sized, but he's at a Voyager price point because he turns into a leg, which we already knew.
Yeah, the ratchets in the leg. Yeah. I think this is the most complete looking of the Constructicons. I think it looks good in bot mode. I think it looks good in alt mode. I could nitpick, you know, here and there, but for what I think that this is the best one of the bunch, and it cleans up really well. We don't see like, you know, gaps in the legs too much. Don't see, you know, hollow point parts in the arms as much. Again, this could be that they had to make it they had to solidify it because it is going to be holding the weight of the figure, but I think it looks really good.
I think the alt mode has aerial bot syndrome, which is what I'm going to call it, where it looks like a chibi, mix truck. I don't know what they're called. Cement mixer. The front looks good. The cement mixer part looks so tiny and little and not right. Maybe it's the angle. Maybe if you see that another angle, it's right. But I'm not a big fan of that.
I can't complain. I can't argue with you. Excuse me. I can't argue with that at all. It looks the same way to me as well. But I still
maybe
think
that's what it looked like in the tune. Honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe he looked a little funky, and they're going off of that. I'm going to go with that. Give him benefit of the doubt.
he was front loaded.
There you go. And we have Scavenger, which why don't we do a little bit of role playing, and you be Evan, and I'll be the other guy, because he was like, all right, well, let's not skip past Scavenger. Do you have anything you want to say about Scavenger?
Get it if you like it.
He said it turns into an excavator.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it turns into an excavator. He sounded.
And then they just moved on, and I'm like, poor Scavenger.
He's like, yeah, it turns into an excavator.
And honestly, I don't think this one is the worst one. I think this one's actually one of the better ones of the bunch. I think he's a little, he has that corset too tight, and he's cinched for the gods. He has a gigantic diaper. The hands are painted for some reason. But look-wise, I think it's way better than some of the other ones that have come out.
He got them hammer pants on, as I said before. I think it's an excavator. He looks better than Bone Crusher, definitely.
I think it looks better than the 2-pack as well. I would rather have this than that hook. The hook looked weird in some spots.
I can't even remember what the hook looks like.
It's fine.
I think it is what it is. I think the alt mode is fine. It cleans up very well. I think this looks very good as an excavator as well. I like the molded detail on it though, like all around the crane aspect. You can kind of see the molded hose on there.
I just wish it was painted.
Yeah.
With a little bit of paint, all of these figures, but especially this one, the alt mode could go far.
Yes, and we have some creative people out there. I can see somebody, really making this shine by just adding the paint that is missing.
Definitely. And here is Devastator himself. We don't have to really go too far on this because we've already talked about him at length in many episodes. But I do think it comes together well. I think the biceps, especially the excavator, is way too skinny. Like that just does not look like a strong arm. But sacrifices need to be made, so I get it. It's a decent Devastator. You've said it so many times. If this was the only one that came out, I think we might both be all over it because we want a Devastator. But there's so many options right now. And this one is not because it's bad, but because it's so-so. It's adequate. It's at the end of the race. While some of the other ones are shining through, which makes sense with price point. I get it. I understand this is for the mass market. But it's not bad. I
have two things to say based off of what you just mentioned. No, not well. Maybe an uh-oh. A lot of us were really disappointed when the HasLab came out, and it was going to be Leo Kaiser, and we wanted it to be Devastator. Everybody was, it should have been 86 Devastator. I would have been behind it, this, that, and the other. If they would have released this as the HasLab, I would have been disappointed because it would have cost even more. And I'm not sure what else they would have done.
It would have probably came with the trumpets.
Yeah, that would have been an unlock. Is like the trumpet. Like that. So I think they probably would have done the same figure. It would have looked like this, and it would have had a higher price point. And then, like you said, it would have probably had tiers where you can unlock the trumpets, and who knows what else. But it's fine. I think it looks better than the Minosaur
and the aerial bots.
And the aerial bots.
As a whole, not just talking about because the chest on the aerial bots, the design on that we've talked about, that looks phenomenal.
Yes.
But we really don't like the limbs.
Yes.
And this one overall, I think, does look better.
Yeah.
Not bad. Let us know what you think down below if you're going to be picking this up.
Yeah.
Moving on to more deluxes, we have Widowmaker, and this is the reason why they should just let fans take pictures. This figure did not look bad when we saw the leaks. This bot mode picture makes this thing look horrid. And I know it's not that bad of a figure because we've seen the leaks and it doesn't look bad. Not for my collection, not for your collection, but it looks pretty decent. These pictures, They did say it's a licensed alt mode, and they changed her color to orange to fit the alt mode that you see in the movie instead of her being red like the concept art. It is what it is.
I love a McLaren, but I will be skipping on this. If I'll be skipping on this. I was gonna say yeah.
What really kills it for me are those hands. They look like claws. Not my favorite, but
yeah.
Again, I think this figure is actually pretty good. From the other pictures we've seen, these images don't do it.
Doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Next up, we have via Zeltama, Ground Soldier and Elite Seeker. We've talked about these at length too, so we're not going to get too much. I'm not going to get too much into it. If you want to, go ahead. But they look fine. I'm good. You know,
I pre-ordered
7-year-old molds, but I'm okay.
Damn, you would say that. I did pre-order them. I like the colors. That's pretty much why I'm doing it.
I will say the Ground Soldier, I think looks great with all the blues, but the Elite Seeker, I wish the red was elsewhere. I wish it was like the biceps or the hand or something just to bring it in because it looks random on the thighs. I would have rather him be all black and gray or have red throughout it. I don't personally like that.
You answered my question. I was going to say, do you prefer the red to be transferred over to the, maybe forearms or something like that, or were you talking about in addition to?
Yeah, no, either or. Make it all black and gray, or bring the red into the forearms and the hands and maybe the feet or something, just to incorporate it in. And he would actually look really cool with a red face too, just to make him a different looking Seeker. But this might be accurate to the game. I never played the game. So if it is accurate, good on them. That's what you should do. I don't know why he has Optimus Primal swords, but they look good too.
They both do.
Well,
no, never mind. No, never mind. Okay, it looked like from where, like he was holding it too. Never mind. Yeah, I don't understand that either. And I didn't play the game. I can see somebody coming out with a sticker set to shine him up a little bit as well.
That's definitely going to happen. Next up, we have MPG-17, and we have concept art and stuff. So let's look at the concept art. I think this looks much better as concept art. I love the proportions on this Prime right here. This looks really nice, and I wish it translated into the figure.
Completely agree. I think this looks really, really good.
Yeah. And if we get into the figure, I think it looks good. They did a great job translating it. Some of the proportions aren't the same, but that's probably due to transformation. What kills it are those flaps on the shoulders that just stick straight out. Like, that kills it. It doesn't look masterpiece to me with those. Like, literally one hinge with them flipping onto the back. And I might have been in to get an updated Optimus. But without that, I mean, it's not worth $180, I think this thing's going to be. I love all the different weapons, though, from all the different time periods and whatnot. It's just those flaps they just kill it.
And the 5mm port for me.
That too. I'm okay with that because you could do things with it. I just don't understand the oversight of not just adding one flap. It's a masterpiece figure. It's not like this is, Hasbro. I mean, it kind of is. Mainline. It's not like it's mainline. There you go. That's the word I was thinking of. If it was mainline, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. This figure looks great. I'm still going to pick it up. I expect a little bit more. And maybe that's my problem. I shouldn't be expecting more.
I think it looks good. I like the idea. I think it looks fine. Excuse me. I like the idea of them combining so many different primes. They talked about it kind of being a theme with other characters as well,
Mm.
which is interesting. It gives the MPG line something different. You know, before we were thinking that everything's going to be small. Then it was, okay, is all they're going to do repaints. Whether you like or love or hate this figure, I think that they're creating something new that is surprising a lot of us.
I think that's a good point too. Yes. They just need to fix the shoulders on this guy, which I'm sure there's going to be an upgrade kit to change out the shoulders on this guy, let's be honest.
Ooh.
But here is the alt mode. The front looks good. I think it kind of falls apart where the feet are. It looks very messy back then, but maybe in color, when it's black, you won't see it as much. Black and blue.
I like how they covered the back of the cab.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
You know, it looks like there's like shutters type things. You know, usually that's where it's kind of gappy or whatever, and that's for primes in general. But I think the back part that you spoke of, it reminds me, I think it was Metagate that had like the long flat back. It looked like a skateboard or something like that.
I remember that. Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That it looks a little long from the bottom picture. It could be in scale, but from this angle, it looks like it's long. From the top angle, it looks a little long as well. Because there's no trailer attached, we can't really see. I think that would definitely, like where they have what looks like a port for the trailer to go on. It looks like it would be hanging way in the back, but that's my only gripe about the alt mode.
It's not a gripe, but I did want to point out that side window is a very weird shape.
The side window,
it's not like a square. It's like
it has a little cutout in front.
I don't know. It looks weird to me. Maybe that's what it's supposed to look like. But here it is with the original renders that we saw. I do think the shape looks better. Yeah, look at that flap though on the back of the arm. It's like they're highlighting it. I think this figure does look good though. If you don't have a Masterpiece Prime, I think this will be a good one to get. Yeah, I think I'm good though.
Yeah, I may pick up a KO of this.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I'd be interested.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Shield-D-Prime.
They lost me on the price of this. I think the little motorcycle guy on a motorcycle is really cool, you know. But otherwise, they lost me with the price of this. It looks fine. I didn't have a connection to Zoid, so this would have been my first. I like all the gimmicks and things on this, but yeah, the price tag on it is too much. Maybe if I see it at a con, it'll change my mind. But so far, it's like, oh yeah, it's not gonna be able to do it.
I feel the same way. I think the figure looks amazing. I love all the little doodads and bebops that it comes with. The light and the jaw. I think that's so cool. I think it looks good. I think it poses well. But that price is too much for something that I'm not very invested in.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it looks great. If you love Zoids and you love Transformers, if I loved Zoids and I love Transformers, even with the price, I'd be picking it up.
Right.
But I just don't.
Yep. And I think that's a great point, because there's figures that I've bought that were expensive, and it's because I had a connection to that character or to that figure or whatever, and others may not, but yeah.
Exactly. We're going to be picking this up, though. We have the Lost Light Rodimus AMT-01EX.
Yes.
Even at like the $280
Don't say it. Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud. Let's just stop at yes, and not talk about anything else with the price.
I think this looks great too. I see potentials for a new character, because I'm not, connected to the comics, but I'm not paying
price.
160. Let's just say on the lower end, if you could find it for that much, which you probably won't, I would not pay 160 for a deluxe sized or Voyager sized figure.
Oh yeah. 160.
Well, that's what I think it was one of the Marauders. Excuse me.
Yes.
It's been a long time. Said that they got this for 160.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to be paying 250 if it's an exclusive, 280, maybe even 300 with all the price increases.
I'll kick you in your.
If it was 300, would you pick it up?
No.
Okay.
I don't think.
Let's just keep it going. PUBG showed off more images. Megatron looked whack. Prime looks good.
300. No, I'm not doing it. Megatron, he does look weird. Every
part of him looks weird.
Yeah, the head looks weird. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, Prime does look better. I'm good.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Color Shifters tracks, and it's kind of cool that he turns, black. Maybe it's stealth mode. I just don't like the Autobot symbol that it goes away. Maybe it's a Decepticon agent pretending to be tracks. I don't know.
Yeah, as he turns into Loud Pedal.
Yeah.
I think it looks good. I want to see if I can find it.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I thought you didn't like it because the Firebird emblem on the...
It looks better.
Okay.
The car looks better.
Next up, we have Funbee Studios Transwarp Generator. So I think this is when Wasp turns into Waspinator.
Okay. I don't remember that episode, but yeah. Okay. And I think it looks good. I think it looks really cool, and you can actually open the door by spinning the top part. So that's
really cool
as well. Yeah. The little effects there.
It'd be cool if you could put Wasp and Waspinator in there and spin it, and it changes. I don't think there's enough room for that, but that would have been really cool if that's what I'm thinking that this is.
That would be really cool. Yeah, he transforms from one to the. That would be. I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm. That would be cool. I don't know. Again, I think it would have to be bigger, which might be out of scale, but that would have been really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we have Galaxy Toys Microscale Megatron.
This looks good. This looks like a really good figure. I don't know anything like how it works or anything like that, but for it to be as small as it is, and my guy has some short, stumpy fingers as well, so that really shows how small this is. I'm not meaning that as a dig. I'm just saying it looks like, okay.
Just to stop while you're ahead, I think this does look very good as well. He does look kind of skinny, but that's how small it is. I'm okay with that because they made it very clean. So I think.
Oh, you're talking about the figure looks skinny.
Yes, I'm not talking about. I like this cannon that it comes with. I like that it bends. I don't know why. It gives it a little bit more dynamic look, which is cool.
But babies, how they have the chunky fingers, the little chunky fingers.
All right. Well, we're gonna just move on because Bobby can't stop making fun of people.
I'm not.
Bully him in the comments below.
I'm not making fun of
Magic Square Tornado.
So when the baby has this. This looks amazing. This might be my favorite one out of the 4 so far. The pictures look really good. I'm really excited to get this. I don't know when it's supposed to release, but we can get the guy with the fingers to hold it. It'll look really like a huge massive.
Look very good. This does something where it looks toon accurate from what I remember, but it doesn't look too cartoonified. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It kind of hits that right balance to where I like it and you like it for a toon. I like it just as Vortex, and I think they did a great job with this.
Yeah.
And I think they did that with the other ones. Just some of the images were not my favorite, but I think this one looks phenomenal in alt and bot mode. They struck gold with this one, which is funny because it has the worst combine mode.
Yeah, the combined mode is trash.
Yeah.
Let me
But
not
this
say
looks
that,
great.
but yeah, I'm curious to see what all the other ways you can
Combine it. Go look at the what's it called? The Legends one. I'm sure that'll tell you.
Yeah.
XTRbots showed off Ballistic. And I've got to say, that alternate head, which I have in the bottom corner on the bot mode, those blue eyes look so nice. They look like they're reflective chrome or something. I don't know. This figure looks great, though. I think it needs a little bit more color, but that's why I would get the toy version.
This reminds me of the character from X-Men, Sinister, Dr. Sinister. That's what he reminds me of. I don't know why.
I was gonna. Oh, maybe the spikes on the back.
The spikes on the back and the glasses. You know, he looks like. You know.
Well, Sinister didn't have glasses.
He had red eyes.
He did have red eyes.
Mr. Sinister. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Dr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister. Yeah, it reminds me of that. I did get a chance to see this at BotCon. The head looks great. The figure looked great. I didn't get a chance to transform it. Didn't want to risk anything. But it looks really good in person as well. I'm very excited to be getting this.
Yeah. Let's move on to Craftsman Toys. Tacticlord. So how much do you hate this today?
It looks a lot better.
Good. I'm glad you said that because you've been on a hate train for this figures.
Not hate, just not overly excited.
Yeah.
I am very curious to see what Strafe and Lightspeed look like instead of 2 afterburners and 2 nose cones attached. I want to see what contrast they bring to the figure, but this looks really good, and it's actually the paint and colors on the chest actually are enough as well. It would be cool to see a little bit more, but I'm happy with this as well.
I think with the red Autobot symbol right in the middle of that white piece, it'll look great. I love how this thing's coming together. I don't remember the face looking so orange on Computron. I could be wrong.
Right. I thought
I don't remember it being orange. I remember it being more of a maroon, maybe? I would have to look it up. I'm not Computron nerd like you are.
That's also the toy versus the toon. So that's
I don't know what face he had where.
Yeah.
But I do think this looks great. I love all the colors. I think it's coming together pretty well.
I am too. And are his hands short and stubby?
Getting into what's incoming, we already talked about these, and these were actually found by Gio, the person in Canada, before they even showed them off with Hasbro. So some part of me tells me that the Hasbro stream was delayed or something. I don't know. But these are out in Canada. They should be out in the US soon. If you're viewing from Canada, go pick them up. If you want them.
Yeah. Not much to say.
Yep. I think you need to pick this up, though. We have Blackmamba's LS09 Weapon Expert, which is Ironhide.
I don't know why you're putting that evil on me.
I will say, I think an alt mode of a pickup truck, fits Ironhide better than a van. Ratchet makes sense. Ambulance. Van should be like maybe Creepatron that's luring kids with like candied Energon or something like that. But a truck makes sense for a warrior like Ironhide.
You want to talk about me mentioning fingers, and you're going to talk about
I'm not making fun of nobody.
Type stuff here.
Great. Now I have to bleep that out. Number one. Number two, he's luring protoforms. So technically, they're not. What?
So he's a Diddy-Con.
There you go. All right. Well, let's just move on. And we also got this. We got the fourth party masterpiece, Skywarp.
Yeah.
Which purple do you want? I know it's lighting. What would you prefer in your collection?
I'm gonna go with the one on the right. Oh wait. I'm gonna go with the one on the right because I have one that looks like on the left already.
Okay.
But I would prefer the one on the left if I only had one.
You'd prefer the more lavender one.
Yes.
Yeah, but that makes sense. I think both of them look good. Honestly, I would see Skywarp as somewhere in between.
Oh yeah.
If I was to pick which one. So I know it's lighting. You might get one that's in between. It is also a KO. You might get one that's green. Who knows? So stay tuned for that. Moving into recently released, Skybite and Heatwave were released. These are via TFW users that found this, and some fans let us know that they found these as well. I'm on the lookout for Skybite, but I have pre-orders locked in at multiple vendors for Skybite, so I'm not worried. If I see it, great. If I don't, I'll be patient. I think you need both of these, especially Heatwave, to go with your Prime collection, as he's like a mini Prime. He's an Optimus fanboy. I don't even know. I'm just assuming.
I don't know about a mini Prime, more like a mini crime. I'm not buying that. Not to again. It wasn't my my series. I could see people who watched Rescue Bots and enjoyed Rescue Bots. I can see them loving this character. It does look pretty accurate. At least like the face and the colors and things. But yeah, not for me. I was actually looking for Skybite today in Target and Walmart and didn't see it. So
yeah,
I didn't pre-order it. I'm looking for it in the wild.
Yep, I'll be looking. Next up, we have the Oddly Action Elite blind box.
They lose me at blind box. They look good.
Well, you couldn't get them in the US anyways. They all look really good, though. This is kind of creepy to me. I don't know why. This is not how I would see Megatron's neck going.
I mean, dude, just like lay down if you got to look up that way. Just, if you want to look at the sky that much, just lay down. Jeez.
And Kia Yang, who showed off these images, also showed off some customs that he did, which look phenomenal. I think you need to go pick up a paintbrush and make them.
That Starscream looks like it came straight out of the Skybound comics.
The Soundwave does too. The proportions are a little not like the comics, but I do think they both look really good.
Yeah, the Soundwave looks good, paint wise, but the character build doesn't look the same as the Skybound to me. From what I remember, the Starscream looks spot on. Very good job.
I agree. Next up, we have Dr. Wu's Microscope.
So there's a show in the 90s called In Living Color, and there was a skit they did that was men on film or men on music or whatever, and all I kept wanting to say when I saw this was hated it, because that's literally what I see here. The eyes are kind of cool. That's all I got for it.
Yeah, I do like the idea of a Decepticon medic being this creepy little bug thing, like he was. But that alt mode is not it. That does not look like a microscope. I don't know what that looks like, but it does not look like a microscope.
Yeah. Hated it.
The New Age exclusive Rodimus is out on Alpha Toyland. I'm sure Bobby already has his shipping to him if he doesn't already have it in hand already.
It may or may not be en route to me.
Yep. So stay tuned for that transformation review that he will do for us. New Age showed off Cole, which I love the box. It's so Diaclone, and same thing with the New Age Remus, but this one really spoke to me for some reason, and the bot mode looks phenomenal as well.
Yeah, the Lamborghini Countach is my favorite car. As a kid growing up, I still love the Countach now. The name Cole.
Their names are all over the place.
Yeah.
But this looks great.
Looks great.
Finally, we have MMC's Tyranitron Rise, which I thought you'd want to talk about. I don't remember if we talked about this already coming out or not last episode. It's been busy. But I know you want this mace more than anything else with this figure.
I love that mace. It's so cool. And the chain looks like a chain, but it also looks like it might be like not a fluid chain. Like it looks like it wraps around his hand, but it doesn't look like it's...
No, it's definitely a fluid chain. It wouldn't be able to wrap around his hand if it wasn't.
I don't know. I guess the way it's hanging down...
It's hanging straight down.
Yeah.
The problem is that the links are so big that it's bunching up in the top, which is what I think.
That's why I was thinking that it might not be a fluid chain, but okay. It looks good. Either way, I don't care. I'm looking forward to getting this figure as well.
This would be like an impulse buy at like a TFCon, because the Prime was like not a desk bot, but like a nightstand bot for a while, because it was just fun to play with. So this would probably fall into the same categories. I'm just holding out for a different repaint of it.
Makes sense.
Yep. Well, that's everything we have for you today. I hope you enjoyed everything. Let us know what you think about the Pulsecon reveals, and we'll be back soon with more.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We're trying to figure out our schedule for the hauls, so stay tuned for that. Stuff is all over the place, as you see. We're both not at home, or he's not home. But anyways, we'll get details out on that. Stay tuned. Please hit us up in the comments and like and subscribe. We'll see you all next time. Till all debates are won. Later.